might be out. It is done.
And I can fight her.
Chris Cyborg just dropped the most savage threat on Dakota Ditcheva, straight up saying, "I'll kill you. Cyborg will destroy Dakota Ditcheva." This is the most controversial bombshell yet, is now back in the headlines. She's 28-2 in MMA, 7-0 in pro boxing, with 5 knockouts in the ring. Nobody questions her resume. She's crushed legends. She's left careers in ruins. And now, she's looking directly at Dakota Ditcheva, calling her out in the most savage way possible. On the other side, we've got Dakota Ditcheva, 15-0, undefeated, the face of the PFL, and Dana White's newest obsession, 12 wins by knockout. 1 by submission, 2 by decision. She's called the Barbie Assassin for a reason. She's not just beating women, she's finishing them. And she's been hyped as the future of women's MMA, maybe even the one to replace Amanda Nunes.
This girl is a true Valkyrie in the...
But here's where it gets nuclear. Dana White. This man has a long, ugly history with Chris Cyborg. He mocked her looks, trashed her in the media, and basically pushed her out of the UFC. But now, Dana White is actually laughing and saying Chris Cyborg will kill Dakota Ditcheva. It's insane the UFC boss is now using Chris Cyborg, the woman he once hated, as a weapon to tear down Dakota Ditcheva's hype train. This is where fans are divided. On one side, Chris Cyborg, 20 years of dominance, pure destruction, a walking nightmare. On the other side, Dakota Ditcheva, undefeated, untested at the very highest level, but carrying the shine of being MMA's next superstar. If these two ever collide, it's not just a fight, it's a generational war. A legend of violence versus an undefeated Barbie assassin. So here's the question. Is Dana White right? Will Chris Cyborg absolutely kill Dakota Ditcheva? Or is this the moment where Dakota Ditcheva proves the UFC, Dana White, and the entire MMA world wrong and becomes the woman who finally retires the queen of violence? Chris Cyborg says, "I'll kill you." Dana White says, "She'll kill Dakota." But if these two step into the cage, we might just see one of the bloodiest, most controversial fights in women's MMA history. So tell me who wins? The undefeated Barbie assassin or the queen of violence?
And I can fight her.
1 second, 1 line, but it's enough to make every fighter in the division nervous. Let's be real. Everyone thought Dakota Ditcheva was being set up for Valentina Shevchenko, or maybe a super fight with Liz Carmouche. But Cyborg, that's the wild card. No one predicted Cyborg doesn't care about rankings. She doesn't care about hype. She cares about one thing: history. And she said it herself. "I'll break your 15-0 record. I'll make history. I'm the monster." That's the scariest part. Cyborg has made a career out of destroying unbeaten prospects. Dakota Ditcheva is young, fast, and perfect so far. She's walked through every opponent PFL has thrown at her. But she's never faced anyone like Cyborg. Cyborg brings 27 wins, 20 finishes, and a reputation that still terrifies fighters today. One punch, one kick, one clinch, and your career could be over. So what happens when the unbeaten star meets the monster who built her career-breaking hype trains? This fight isn't just another bout. If Ditcheva wins, she becomes a legend killer overnight. Beating Chris Cyborg puts her in the conversation with Amanda Nunes, Valentina Shevchenko, Kayla Harrison, and the all-time greats. But if Cyborg wins, she proves she's still the monster of women's MMA, and Ditcheva's perfect 15-0 record gets shattered. This is a legacy fight. This is an execution waiting to happen. Think about it. The PFL has a young, marketable star in Ditcheva, their golden ticket. And yet, Chris Cyborg is demanding they throw her into the fire against one of the most violent champions in MMA history.
The fighting heart of Fiona Mucklow, but John McCarthy has...
Contesting the game is easy.
Beautiful.
Look at this
Beautiful
towards her, yeah. Oh, trying to drag down. Oh, nice right hand. Drives it straight through.
Clean. That beautiful from the top.
It's brutal. It's dangerous. But it's also the most necessary fight the PFL could make if they want to make history. Can Dakota Ditcheva survive the monster? Or will Chris Cyborg and the hype break her undefeated streak and prove that no matter how big the next generation is, the queen of violence still rules? Because make no mistake, Chris Cyborg just dropped a fucking bombshell. And if this fight happens, someone's career is getting ended. I'll end your career. I'll break your hype. I'm coming for you. BTTH, history is coming, and it's covered in blood.
Yeah, Conor McGregor follows me on Twitter. Like, I was told that as well the other day by my brother's friend. So, you know, things like that are like massive.
Superstar, what's up, Fiat? You're the next big thing, guys. Look up your nose. Right to see it, Fiat.
Dakota Ditcheva just dropped a fucking bombshell, and the MMA world is spinning. Conor McGregor tried to pull her to the UFC. Dana White's been sniffing around, and fans thought it was a done deal. But nope, Dakota just shut the door and lit the fuse on a full-blown PFL versus UFC war.
That was Devin Deep for sure. Santos is in big trouble. He's in big trouble. Dakota gets him to the body again for a championship.
She's 15-0-12 finishes, the face of the PFL, the poster on their billboards, the star in their promos, the main event fighter. They push harder than anyone. And here's where it gets controversial. PFL didn't even put her in this year's tournament. The reigning champion sidelined. Why? Politics, matchmaking nightmares, and a looming UFC threat.
You're the next big thing, Dave. Look up your nose.
At BKFC 71, Conor McGregor, yes. The Conor spotted Dakota, hugged her, and told her to her face, "You're the next big thing, baby." Social media exploded. Fans started tagging Dana White. UFC hype accounts called her the future of the flyweight division. People thought this was the start of a UFC fast-track signing. But that's when Dakota's curveball hit.
I'm just like, get me anything, literally. But like you said, you know, it was kind of, it's hard. I get it's hard for PFL. You know, they've put all the girls in the tournament, and then now they need to find someone that's going to kind of give me a good competition. They can't give me someone that's, you know, just kind of signed to the PFL and not really had that much experience, because it doesn't make sense. I've just beat Santos very easily. I think that's another thing that I have to understand is, like, if I'd had a 5-round war with Santos, there would have been a few more people in there that would have been more of a match. But
instead of chasing UFC gold or riding McGregor's cosign into the octagon, she said no. Dakota confirmed she's staying in the PFL. In her own words, "I'm gutted. I haven't had anything just yet. Get me anything. Literally, I left it up to PFL whether they were going to put me in it or not. And now she's booked for July's PFL Champion Series card. No opponent yet, but one thing's for sure, she's not leaving." Here's what nobody's saying out loud. Dakota Ditcheva is PFL's biggest weapon in the women's market. Losing her to the UFC? That's not just losing a fighter. That's losing your brand identity. And Dana White knows it. That's why rumors of a massive UFC offer have been swirling. But if Dakota walks, PFL loses its golden child. PFL founder Don Davis reportedly sat down with Dakota, and let's be real, this wasn't just a welcome back meeting, this was a name your price conversation. If she stays, she remains the queen of the division. If she leaves, PFL's women's flyweight scene collapses overnight. This isn't just about Dakota Ditcheva anymore. This is UFC versus PFL in plain sight. We've seen poaching wars before, but with Conor McGregor publicly backing her, Dana White willing to throw bags of cash, and the PFL digging in their heels, this could turn into the nastiest fighter tug-of-war in years. This isn't just about Dakota Ditcheva anymore. This is UFC versus PFL in plain sight. We've seen poaching wars before, but with Conor McGregor publicly backing her, Dana White willing to throw bags of cash, and the PFL digging in their heels, this could turn into the nastiest fighter tug-of-war in years.
Superstar, what's up, Fiat? You're the next big thing, Dave. Look up your nose. Great to see it, Fiat. Strong woman, good girl. Looking awesome. Great to see it. Great to find you. Love it, love it. What's it back? What are you back? Yeah, now I'm walking myself back. Look, ass. Superstar right there. 100.
Conor McGregor just crowned a new queen, and it's not a UFC fighter. It's Dakota F. King Ditcheva. The Notorious himself said it. "You're the next big thing, sweetheart." That's not hype. That's a fucking prophecy. And if you've been sleeping on Dakota, wake the hell up. Because this 27-year-old British assassin just sent another undefeated fighter straight to the ER, and she's coming for every woman in the UFC.
Back elbow, and now a left hand. And she's
Let's talk about what Dakota just did to Sumiko Inaba. This wasn't a fight. It was a slow-motion execution. Clinch, dominated elbows, surgical knees, F-King brutal. 3 rounds, one-sided destruction, and Inaba wasn't some can. She was 8-1, 2 wins in a row. Real threat. But Dakota made her look like a local amateur. Now rewind. You've got Conor McGregor, the most famous MMA fighter in the world, saying, "This, you're a strong woman, fucking awesome. Next big thing." That's not just respect, that's McGregor handpicking his successor. And guess what? Dakota didn't flinch, didn't fangirl. She said, "PFL are working on something. I'm cooking. Let them get ready. I'm about to blow this whole shut up." This woman is 15-0. She already wrecked Tyla Santos, a former UFC title challenger. She's not ducking the UFC, she's baiting them. UFC wants a viral female star? Here's one. Undefeated, unmatched, undeniable. And now she's stuck doing PFL super fights while the UFC women's flyweight division is straight up bleeding. Why hasn't Dana signed Dakota? Because when she walks in, she's not just coming to fight. She's coming to end careers. McGregor knows it. The fans know it. Even her opponents know it the moment they feel her in the clinch. Give her Valentina, give her Aaron, fuck it, give her Amanda. Dakota wants smoke, and she's bringing an arson kit. She's not joining the UFC to climb the ladder, she's there to burn it down. So let me ask you, if Dakota Ditcheva walked into the UFC right now, who the hell beats her? Drop a name in the comments, I dare you, because when Conor McGregor says you're the next big thing, he means you're about to take over this whole F-King sport. Dakota Ditcheva, remember the name. Because her next fight might be the start of a reign no one is ready for. No one. Dakota freaking Eva just dropped the truth bomb nobody saw coming. Crying in the cage after another dominant win. And no, it wasn't joy. It was frustration. It was pain. And it was a warning to the UFC. I'm stuck.
Even though I look up to her a lot, I still want to be in her position and be able to beat someone like her.